My friend, the most important thing you can do right now, if you're a person of the age 44 years old and under, especially if you're a person, female or male, if you're a person who is considered a millennial, this is for you today. The one thing you can do to better yourself, and you have to do this for yourself, is learn cryptocurrency investing. Why? Because think of, as a millennial, you graduate high school, you're told to go and get an education by everyone, your parents, your elders, your friends, the majority of your teachers, and everyone else is telling you, go and get an education because an education is going to be your ticket out of poverty. Well, I agree. While I agree that I think if you have the capacity to earn a degree in something that you're passionate, definitely go do it. But it's going to cost you. You go and you do 4 years or 6 years of, say Cal State or university or a special trade school, a private school, private college, something of that nature is going to cost you. And it ain't going to cost you 6 or 10 grand, my friend. It's going to cost you in the 20s of thousands, in the 20,000s. And so you're going to be fresh out of college with a piece of paper that says you're certified, or at least you've met the minimum requirements to earn this degree that specializes you in the area that you studied, okay? As a millennial, you're going to come out and you're going to have all of that debt. On top of that, by then, chances are you're going to meet someone, you're going to marry, you're probably contemplating whether you're going to have kids or not, on the lines of whether or not you can afford it. You're out of high school, you're out of college, you're entering the workforce, you're in debt. And the thing you need to think about is, how am I going to pay all this back? Well, here's the thing. No one, including your parents, and I'm talking about a very small percentage of people, because I went and I got my master's degree, and no professor from the beginning of high school, especially in elementary, but high school when it's important to learn personal finances, no one was teaching me about that. No one was talking to me about how to make money, which is why I'm catering this message today to those of you who are younger than me, because at the age of 30 years old, it took me a while. At the age of 30 years old, I'm talking 14 years ago, I got serious about my money because no one was talking to me about it. And I started educating myself about personal finances, how to budget, how to manage a budget, what is a budget, how to create a budget, how to learn. I learned simple accounting practices. I learned the tax law, the real estate law, codes, regulations, loopholes, partnerships. I'm talking about business partnerships. I started learning the basic fundamental necessities of knowledge that you need in order for you to live debt free. That's the problem with today. The problem with today is that no one is teaching people about finances. It's not a matter, and although I'm a frugal, simple, humble kind of guy, it doesn't matter, because generally people will point the finger and say the reason why millennials are broke is because they go out and mismanage their money. And that's not entirely true. Hey, go out and buy your coffees. Go out and buy your clothes. Go out and buy the things you love to spend your money on, but do it without creating yourself a pit of debt. Because when you enter the pit of debt, not death, debt, the pit, you got that right. The pit is full of debt. You're in it. It's gonna feel like you fell into a pit of, or you fell into a swamp with thick mud, and you're sinking and you're sinking and you're sinking because it's hard to get out of that mud hole, if you will. And it takes a great amount of energy to get out of that hole, get out of that debt. So the problem is not the spending. The problem is the knowledge, understanding personal finances, understanding debt, and understanding how to make money, which is why right now cryptocurrency, I think, is going to be the next big thing for millennial investors like you. I don't think I'm considered millennial. I'm 44. But sometimes I hang around with younger people. I'm talking 19, 20, 25, 27. And those people at that age, I hardly ever meet somebody who says, hey, Angel, I got $50,000 in the bank. I got another $50,000 invested. I own my first home. Banking on renovating this fixer-upper so that in 3 years, 5 years, I can dump it, make some money, hopefully, and move on to the next project. I hardly ever hear anybody say that in that age range. So again, cryptocurrency could be that one thing that is going to change your life forever. Now, you may disagree with me, and that's okay. You may disagree on some of the points that I'm making, and that's okay. I'm not asking you to agree with me. I'm telling you, based on my interviews with people who are a lot younger than me, under the age of 30, who I consider those folks millennials, a lot of them who are fresh out of college, very few people understand the meaning of personal finances. When they think about personal finances, they only think about, well, I have a job, I make a little money, and at the end of the month, whatever. They don't got nothing to show for it. I talk to them about investments. They don't know nothing about it. I talk to them about compound interest in dividend stocks. They don't know nothing about that either. I talk to them about simple things like investing in certain types of stocks, or perhaps considering a 401k or a Roth IRA. And I'm not a financial advisor, and don't get me wrong here. I'm not giving financial advice. I'm talking about millennials who don't understand the meaning of personal finances. It is sad to hear so many of them will say, I can't buy a home because I can't afford it. I'm only getting entry-level jobs paying me 40 to 50K. So I can't buy the new house. I can't think of having children because daycare is so expensive. I'm not interested in a 40-hour-a-week job, Monday through Friday. I need something very flexible, something that gives me the freedom. I need to work 2 days a week, and I need to get paid $150,000. That's usually the conversation. And I say, well, do you know anything about investing? Because I think that is where many millennials, if they invest in themselves, learning crypto, learning what projects are out there, what are they doing, such as Cardano. Let's talk about Cardano, ADA. Let's talk about Ethereum. Let's talk about why, if a millennial understood what Cardano is doing, Cardano ADA, and what Ethereum is doing, the first blockchain to go ICO many years ago, the first blockchain to be built with technology, with language. Ethereum blockchain uses Solidity as its language, and developers who develop on Ethereum develop using Solidity language. This is how they make all kinds of projects on Ethereum. So on Cardano, who is looking to do something similar, but the difference between the two is that Ethereum right now is a proof of work and Cardano is a proof of stake, which I ain't gonna get into explaining those two things, but I'm a strong believer that both have a place in the future. And whether you're an Ethereum maxi or a Cardano maxi and only on one and not the other, that's entirely fine. I think I want to own, not that I think, I own on both, but I own large positions on both, because if one or both take over, which I think they are, I think Cardano has a very good position in blockchain technology to have a niche of its own market. The software, and I'm not a developer, and I'm not an engineer, I'm not a software engineer or anything like that, but I can tell you right now, based on all of my research, I think it's called the Plutus language, which is the Haskell. It originates from the Haskell language. Haskell is very unique. It's difficult to learn, and it's very unique in that I think the margin for error is extremely low. So I like that. I like that something so innovative, so new, so different is being built. And regardless of what hiccups, because they're just hiccups, Cardano's experiencing right now with this whole news about Cardano and its bugs that were found in the vassal phase of Cardano, that is all hiccups. I ain't tripping on that. I hope that bad news and that bad media hurts the price even more, so that I can jump in with larger positions, because it's all temporary. The same thing I think is going to happen with Ethereum. There is a lot of hype. I saw Ethereum go from $890 and jumped all the way close to $2,000 in a matter of 6 weeks, just on hype, because of the merge it's going through from proof of work to proof of stake. Now, if you're a millennial and you're listening to this and you're like, man, what the hell? I shouldn't use that word, but what the heck is Angel talking about? Angel El Gallito de la Sierra, aka Crypto Keeper. I do the research so that you don't have to. If you're saying, what is this guy talking about? You need to go and do your own research. You need to, as a millennial, begin to pay attention to your finances. Pay attention to how to become a strategic thinker about investments. Learn investing, because that is going to be your ticket out of poverty. Now, it's going to be slow. You're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to be willing to wait 5, 7, 10 years before you start feeling like, yes, I have enough now to make a decision about accumulating more money, accumulating more assets, accumulating good investments. That is something that I feel my children, who are all young right now, my daughter, for example, I'm just going to say this because this is a great example. My daughter is 16. She's graduating high school this year, or next year, I should say. She will be done with high school next year at the age of 17. She has decided, and this is where I tell my kids, the path you want to take is going to be up to you. But what you need to do first is invest in the passion that you have and spend about a good 6 years solid investing in that passion. Learn everything there is to know about what you're passionate about. If that's your dream, follow it. Read every single book available to you in that area, in that title, in that whatever that might be that is your dream. This is kind of a two-pronged message. One, speaking about my daughter, but two, saying these messages so that you could take them as you wish. I told her, she said, Dad, I want to be a beautician. I want to go to beauty school. I said, great. If that's what and she is passionate about that, believe it or not. She spends, I don't know how many countless hours like millennials do on these devices. I'm talking 6 to 8 hours a day watching, I don't know what they watch, videos on, I don't know what channel. And they're all about, how to use makeup, how to make makeup, how to spray makeup, how to do hair, how to do styles, how to do nails. I mean, honestly, for a 16-year-old, she is so beautiful. She works on herself, and she is just an amazing, beautiful young lady. I ain't got nothing against that. I told her, sweetheart, follow your dream. If that's what you want to do, it ain't gonna be easy, but here's what I think I recommend for you. I told her, learn everything there is to learn. Yes, in California, you gotta have a certification. Go get it. It's gonna be costly. We'll back you up. We'll help you out. When you're done, I want you to then become an entrepreneur. Work for somebody for 2 years. Learn everything there is to know about how to run a business. Once you learn how to run a business, I'm gonna help you open up a business. Once you open up that business, you're going to run that business. You're going to learn. Then you're going to hire some folks that are going to work for you. Then I want you to go back to school and I want you to earn your master's in business administration. Or if you're good in math, get an accounting degree. Learn personal finances, learn your budgets, learn your accounting software, learn how to use it, run your business, learn profit and loss statements, learn the law, learn the business aspect of it. All of that as a millennial, I'm teaching her right now, planting those seeds, because that's the only way she's going to be able to thrive in her dream. Dreamers, and I'll just say this, people who are passionate about something that inspires them deep within, whether that be music, that be beauty, that be, whatever that might be, art, whatever. Often I hear people never pursue their dream because someone else is killing their dream, killing their chances, telling them how it's not going to work, why it's going to fail. Quit being a dream killer. Inspire your kids. Yes, it's going to be hard. Yes, we want them to succeed. But you know what? If they go out there and they learn the right way, and by me supporting them and saying, hey, look, listen, follow your dream. It ain't going to be easy. I'll support you where I can. But you're going to fall and you're going to fail, and you're going to have to use those failures as fuel for you to succeed in what you want. And as long as you remain strong, and as long as you get back on your feet, and no quitters in my family, you're going to succeed. That's why crypto has become so important to me. I ain't quitting. I ain't stopping. I don't care what the government's doing. I'm going to do it legal. I got my attorneys. I got my CPAs. I got my team around my investments to protect them and to also be smart about it. I run it legit. I don't purchase crypto that's not on an exchange that is unauthorized by the United States government. I use Coinbase. I use Gemini. I use Kraken. All of those three have approvals in the United States, have licensure in the United States, have regulation that's regulating them. I am required to put all my information in there, my passport information, all legit. Everything I do it legit. That's the only way you will. I don't try to cut corners. I don't try to cheat the system. I don't try to do any of those things because those things never work. Shortcuts, get rich quick schemes, cutting corners, none of that ever works. My father taught me something very important. He says, if you want to sleep well at night, be an honest man. Don't cheat anybody. Don't steal from anybody. And most definitely follow the laws of the land. Meaning, abide by the laws, whether they're fair or not, and have a high regard for the laws of the land. Don't break them. And so you see a free man here, 44 years of age, has taken me since the age of 30, 14 years to build wealth. And now I'm positioned even greater to build monumental wealth because there's nothing wrong with that. And as a young man, well, I still consider myself young. As a young man, a young adult, I would say, maybe 55, I could tell myself I'm an elder, but I ain't there yet. I hope this message teaches you humility. If you're a young millennial who maybe you're lost, you're listening to this video today because you stumbled upon it or somebody recommended it, pay attention. I'm telling you, you're going to succeed. If no one else is telling you and you're listening it for the first time here, you're listening to it for the first time right here in this channel, please don't take it lightly. Practice this. Ask questions. Start to get books that talk about personal finances, personal financial management, leadership. Follow your dream, follow your passion, whatever it is, but you're going to need to know personal finances. You're going to need to know accounting. You're going to need to know these basic things about how to manage money, how to invest, how to research. You're going to need to know these basic things in order for you to succeed. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in poverty for the rest of your life. You're going to be 65 years old if you live that long. And you're going to you're going to hate yourself. You're going to be bitter. You're going to be, let's cut. I often hear people, well, better to be broke and happy. Yes, I laugh because I can't believe how many people fall for that lie. Oh, it's better to be poor but happy. I can't tell you. I don't know too many poor people that go around saying how happy they are. Now, I do know poor people that live content, live happy, they got the things that they need. They're well and okay with that. I get that and I respect that. There's nothing wrong with that. They're not the types of people that are out there complaining and bickering and being bitter about the fact that they don't have the nicest car and they can't pay the bills and they don't eat fine food. There's very few people that they're content. They're happy. They make their own little tortillitas, some refried beans, a little salsita, some backyard planted nopalitos, and they cut them up. And, fresh onions, a little bit of garlic, and, a couple of over easy eggs, and boom, little slice of quesito. Man, I love those meals. That is simple, humble, inexpensive. I could eat that every day and never get tired. But I'm talking about the majority. The majority of people who are poor, I'm talking broke poor, are not happy. They're not happy. And yes, it's true. Money doesn't buy happiness, but money does certainly buy the things that make you happy. And so that's why I think there's no need for me to be poor. Why not be wealthy? What's wrong with that? There ain't nothing wrong with that. I can buy the things that I like, and I can be happy. I can be content, and I know what it is to be poor because I grew up poor with low means, household full of kids, in a labor camp where my parents worked in the fields because they had a second grade education. So you get the picture. I know how to be broke. I know how to be poor, and I know how to survive. I ain't tripping about that. That's why there's no fear in me, because I will take what I have and I will grow it. And if I fail, like I said earlier, I'll get back up and I will keep going. So why crypto? Why not something else? Well, crypto, if you think of investing in real estate, it's going to take you an enormous amount of money. I know people come out there and say, no, it doesn't, with very little or zero down. Come on, man. I ain't no fool. If you're going to do it on your own, you're going to invest in real estate, you're going to need some good money. If you're going to invest in a retirement plan or stocks, equities, things of that nature, you're going to need a good chunk of money. Now, because crypto allows for people to invest with little bit of money. You can buy a fraction. You can buy like $10 worth of Bitcoin, $5 worth of Bitcoin, and that's an asset. You could buy small chunks of crypto, and almost in any crypto, the fees to buy crypto are very inexpensive. So I think of investments in cryptocurrency for the millennial population like one of the most easiest to understand and to do, using crypto approved exchanges to simply buy and sell crypto, to simply pick a crypto that has utility, that has all these different important my bad, I was watching the police officer that just passed me. I'm not paying attention to my speed. I'm gonna wrap it up. It's already 27 minutes, so I'm gonna wrap this up. If you're a millennial, or if you're young like me, because the generation slightly older than me, I mean, there's some like in their 50s, but I can tell you right now, most of the people that I talk about crypto, the age 55 and up, they think this is all a scam. They don't understand crypto. They don't even care to research crypto or learn about crypto. I can tell you right now, a lot of people that I talk about crypto blow it off. And that's all good. I ain't mocking those people. I'm just saying that's that era of people. I was kind of like that in the beginning because I was brought up and trained to think a certain way about money. And so it took me a long time before I decided to say, yeah, crypto's for me. I did all my homework. I did the research. It took me years before I basically was saying, what are all the pros? What are all the cons? And the pros outweighed the cons for me in terms of investing and believing in crypto, and really kind of just feeling like crypto in 10 years, 20 years, this is going to be my retirement plan. So if you're a millennial, I mean, you got 30, 35, 40 years before you even think of retirement, or before you would consider retirement. And, crypto, including stocks, could be that for you. But I think crypto is going to be greater and better than stocks, especially since we're early in crypto and there's still a lot of regulation to be developed in crypto by our regulators, by the government. All of that said, you decide for you. But if you want the keys to ending poverty, perhaps dabble in crypto. Peace.